Hey, Jordan. I have been doing some reading about planning for the future, especially when it comes to education. Have you ever thought about education insurance for your kids?
Education insurance? That sounds like something I should have looked into yesterday. But honestly, Ava, I'm not entirely sure what it entails. Is it like a savings plan, or more like insurance in case something happens to me?
It's a bit of both, actually. Education insurance is a policy designed to provide a lump sum of money for your child's education fees, especially college, when the time comes. It acts as a savings plan, but it also has the insurance component, so if something happens to you, your child's education fund is secure.
That sounds like a smart move. I have been worried about college fees skyrocketing by the time my kids are ready. But how does this differ from, say, a regular savings account or an education savings plan?
Good question. The major difference lies in the insurance component. With a regular savings account or even a 529 college savings plan, you are putting money aside, which is great. But if something unexpected happens to you, there's no additional protection to ensure those savings can cover all educational expenses. Education insurance ensures that, no matter what, your child will have a specified amount available for their education.
I see. That does add a layer of security. But what about the costs? I imagine the premiums must be pretty high for that kind of guarantee.
It varies. Premiums depend on several factors like the policy amount, the term length, your age, and health. Generally, the earlier you start, the lower the premiums since you will be paying over a longer period. Plus, some policies offer flexible payment options or even partial withdrawals for emergencies.
That flexibility sounds useful. But, how do I choose the right policy? There must be a ton of options out there.
Typically, the payout can be used for any educational expenses, including tuition, room and board, books, and other fees. Some policies are flexible about the use of funds, not strictly limiting them to educational expenses, which could be useful for unforeseen circumstances.
Interesting. And I assume the payout is specifically earmarked for educational expenses? Or is it more flexible?
Definitely start by figuring out how much you think you will need for your child's education. Consider the type of school they might attend, inflation rates, and so on. Then, look for policies that offer the coverage you need with premiums you can afford. It's also smart to check the insurer's financial stability and customer service record. Consulting with a financial advisor who understands your financial situation and goals can be incredibly helpful, too.
Got it. And what about the tax implications? Are there any benefits or drawbacks in that area?
Tax implications can vary by country. In some places, the premiums you pay might be tax-deductible, and the payout could be tax-free if it's used for educational purposes. But it's important to check the specific tax rules in your jurisdiction or consult a tax professional.
This has been incredibly enlightening, Ava. I think I will start looking into some policies and possibly talk to a financial advisor. It seems like a responsible step to secure my children's future education.
I'm glad to hear that. Jordan. It does feel good to know you are taking steps to protect and provide for your children's futures. If you need any help or more information as you start this journey, I'm here for you.
Thanks, Ava. I appreciate it a lot. It's one of those things you don't realize is important until you start digging into it. Let's catch up again soon. Maybe I will have some updates by then.
Looking forward to it, Jordan. Take care and happy policy hunting.
Absolutely, Ava. And you know, this conversation got me thinking. There's an aspect we have not touched upon yet. What happens if my child gets a scholarship or decides not to go to college? How does education insurance adapt to those situations?
That's a great point and definitely something to consider. Many education insurance policies offer flexibility for such scenarios. If your child gets a scholarship, some policies allow you to use the payout for other expenses, maybe even for graduate studies if that's in the cards. If college is not in their future, you might be able to redirect the funds towards vocational training or other educational pursuits. However, it's important to read the fine print or ask an advisor because policies can vary widely in their terms.
That flexibility is reassuring. It's all about securing the future, whatever path they choose. Speaking of which, do you think these policies impact how children view their educational journey, knowing there's a fund specifically set aside for them?
It's possible. Knowing there's a safety net might motivate some children to take their education more seriously and explore opportunities they might have considered out of reach. On the other hand, it's important to foster a sense of responsibility and not a sense of entitlement. It's all about how you communicate the purpose and value of the education fund to them.
Communication is key, indeed. I plan on involving my kids in the financial planning process, at least at a level they can understand. It should teach them the value of money and planning ahead.
That sounds like a fantastic approach, Jordan. Teaching financial literacy from a young age is invaluable. It not only prepares them for their own financial futures, but also helps them appreciate the efforts behind their education.
Right. And, stepping back a bit, I'm also thinking about the wider family. Do these policies typically allow for contributions from grandparents or other family members? It could be a collective effort to secure the children's future.
Yes, many policies are flexible in that regard, allowing family members to contribute. It's a wonderful way to get the whole family involved in supporting the child's future. Plus, it can be a meaningful gift from grandparents, aunts, and uncles, contributing to something with long-lasting impact rather than immediate but fleeting pleasures.
That's an excellent point. I will definitely bring this up with the family. It could be a significant part of our family planning, ensuring all the kids in the family have support for their education.
Absolutely, Jordan. It's a powerful way to build a legacy within the family, emphasizing the importance of education across generations. If you need any help presenting this idea to your family or figuring out the logistics, I'm more than happy to help brainstorm.
Thanks, Ava. I might take you up on that. And who knows? This might even encourage a family tradition of sorts, fostering a culture of learning and mutual support.
What a beautiful tradition that would be. It sounds like you are on a great path, Jordan. If there's anything more you need, or if you have more questions as you delve deeper, you know where to find me.
Will do, Ava. Thanks for all the insight today. It's been incredibly helpful, and I feel a lot more prepared to tackle this now.
Anytime, Jordan. I'm glad I could help. Here's to a bright future for your kids and the generations to come. Let's definitely keep this conversation going.
Absolutely, Ava. Take care and talk soon.
Take care, Jordan. Looking forward to our next chat.
Before we wrap up, one last question that's been nagging me. With all these plans and preparations, is there a risk of overinsuring? I mean, can we get too caught up in planning for the future that we might not live our best lives now?
That's a thoughtful question, Jordan. Yes, there's such a thing as overinsuring, and it happens when the insurance you are paying for significantly exceeds the potential need or when the cost of the insurance prevents you from meeting your current life goals and enjoying life. It's all about balance. The key is to ensure that you are adequately protected without compromising your current quality of life. It's important to review your financial plan regularly to adjust as your circumstances change.
That makes sense. It's like walking a tightrope, balancing between now and the future.
Exactly. And remember, the goal of insurance and financial planning, in general, is to give you peace of mind, not to add stress. If you find yourself worrying too much about future financials at the expense of today's joys, it might be time to reassess your plans.
I appreciate that perspective. It's easy to get caught up in the fear of what might happen tomorrow, forgetting to live today. I will keep that in mind as I explore these options.
It's a common concern, but staying mindful about your present while cautiously planning for the future can lead to a fulfilling life. Financial security is important, but so are the experiences and memories we create with our loved ones now.
Definitely. This conversation has been incredibly eye-opening, Ava. I feel much better equipped to approach this subject and make informed decisions. Thanks for shedding light on all these aspects.
I'm really glad to hear that, Jordan. Always happy to share what I know and explore these important topics together. Remember, planning for the future does not mean sacrificing the present. It's about making smart choices that ensure security and happiness at every stage of life.
Well said, Ava. I will start looking into education insurance with a fresh perspective and involve my family in the discussion. It's about securing the future while cherishing our current moments.
That's the spirit, Jordan. If you have any more questions or need advice as you go along, you know where to find me. I'm always here to help.
Will do, Ava. Thanks for all the insight today. It's been incredibly helpful, and I feel a lot more prepared to tackle this now.
Looking forward to it. Take care, Jordan, and enjoy the journey of planning and living.
You too, Ava. Until next time, take care.
Bye, Jordan. Can't wait to hear all about it next time.